Welcome to your first mindset and motivation video. Today's session is looking at building good habits. More specifically, we're going to look at creating, and you'll do a much better job than mine, so a daily habits chart. Okay. I'm going to recommend a good read, The Atomic Habits by James Clear. Really great tool. It's got a lot of little tasks in there that you can do, and actually they have a lot of links that you can load the actual worksheets and things and actually help you to get started. So as opposed to just reading the book so that you can finish it, actually reading it and taking a fair bit away from it. Obviously you don't want that to interfere too much with your schoolwork, but if you need a little bit of a break and want to sort of get yourself ahead and get your priorities sort of in check, this is a good place to start. Really great read. I haven't even finished. I'm only up to here, this page. So I tend to not move on until I've sort of started to really digest the information and actually implement it in some form. So hence why it's taken so long. Today we're going to look at creating a daily habits chart, more so in helping you reach your goal, your fitness goal. We're just going to look at fitness goals, but again, these daily habits are going to obviously transfer into everyday life. So if you've got a habit that you're not doing or something that needs worked on or you need to improve on, then this is a good place to start. So how do we change what we're doing? Well, say we're going to use the example of you're someone that's never exercised before. That's okay, but you don't know where to start. So the first thing is look at where you need to start. Okay, that doesn't really make sense what I just said. What is going to work best for you? If you're someone that's never exercised, I always like to suggest 2 to 3 times a week is a really good starting point, okay? And spread those days out. Stick with that. Now, to create a good habit, you need about 30 to 60 days. With that, we need to be specific in what days you're going to train. So, for example, you want to improve your fitness. What does that look like? Okay, I need to exercise 2 to 3 times a week, 30 minutes a day. Select 3 days of the week that work for you and choose the times that suit you and stick with those times. Okay, now you've got a specific goal that you can add to the MyQA page. I want to improve my fitness by working out 3 times a week for the next 30 days. Okay, great, got that. Now you need to track your progress. Okay, so the hardest thing to do is to maintain that good habit. All right, so we're just using this one little example so to get you started. I listened to a podcast a few years back, and it really helped me because there were areas of my life that I didn't have balance. I didn't have a lot of balance in. And at first, the habit is hard to break and it feels like effort is required, yes. But once you set the routine, it becomes easier. But there are moments where you will be tested, but then eventually it becomes like, I guess, routine, like brushing your teeth. So stick at it. But this is my daily habit tracker. There's lots of different things online. I don't even know if that's going to come up right, but on it I've got a few things. I've probably got a few too many there. Okay, this is actually my second one that I've not yet completed. So on it I've got training in the morning, walking my dogs, stretching, a daily gratitude journal, things like that. Early to bed at 8:30, so you can be up early at 4:30. Okay, that's just my thing. So what happens is each day that you complete that task or that thing that you want, that habit that you're trying to implement, then you give it a tick. Okay, and actually it sounds really dumb, but it actually works. Basically you can tick it once you've completed it, and then at the end of the day, I haven't got any stickers, but I was putting stars across each thing that I was completing. But at the end of the week, you can see what areas you've you've not been successful in. So if you can see here, ROMWOD is a type of stretching. I did it twice and then I had a blank day. Walking my dogs, that's pretty easy. And training is pretty easy. I've been consistent with that. So going into a new week, I'd look at the areas where I haven't been performing so great, and then I'd be like, right, well, I'm going to make it a focus to at least do 3 times of stretching. Okay, it's 1 more time than before. Eventually what you start to notice is the areas where you're not sort of filling or getting balance in. So then eventually what naturally happens is you find, okay, visually you can see what you're doing and not doing. And then also serves the stickers and ticks and things also serve as a positive reinforcement that, hey, I'm doing really well here, I'm making progress, and I'm 1 step closer to the habit, creating that good habit. So it is a really useful tool. I know this is really like, you guys will have amazing ways of being able to do this on the computer and whatnot, but that's just me. I'm simple. Okay, so I did read that on a podcast. I did listen to that on a podcast. It is really helpful tool. If you do want some further tips on how to create that, then you can send me an email, or you can let me know on the question and answers page, part of the health and fitness page. I've talked about that. The main purpose of the daily habit tracker is you're looking for progress, not perfection. Okay, I think we're really our own worst critics when it comes to, oh, I didn't do that today, I ate really badly today. That's okay. Dust it off, get back on the horse. Okay, right, I didn't do stretching today, I'm going to do it today. Okay, that's what this serves for. So just focusing on progress and not perfection. It's not all going to happen. A habit is going to take a long time to create, and you will get there. So probably the first thing to start off with is think about an area of your life you'd like to work on. It might be something as going for a walk. Okay, you want to do that every day for 10 minutes. It helps clear the head. It helps you to focus for study. Put that in there. You might want to focus on getting to bed earlier. Okay, so, put that in there. You might want to make sure that you are getting what else have I got on there? What's another example? You might want to read for 10 minutes before you go to bed. Put that in there. So choose 3 to 5 tasks to put into your daily habits chart. Keep a track of it. Make sure you reward yourself with those stickers. They really do make a difference. And what you find will happen at the end of the 30 days is you'll start to think about other areas of your life that you want to improve. So then you create a new one, which is what I've done here. This is my second one. I don't know how, but it just works. So I would be really interested to hear if any of you are doing any one of these things, because it is really helpful tool. I will put up the reference for this book, and I'll also put up a reference for a really good podcast by a guy called Ben Bergeron. I can never say his surname. He is a coach, specifically worked with elite athletes in CrossFit. As some of you know, I like doing CrossFit. He has a podcast called Chasing Excellence, and there's a variety of things. It's not just sports related, but there's one particular episode that is relevant to our conversation today, in particular about building better habits. So I encourage you to jump on. It is half an hour, so it's something you could kind of do, I guess, if you're out for a walk, or if you're in the car and you're driving somewhere, you can chuck it on and listen to. There are aspects of it that might not be relevant, but there are quite a fair few things in there that are relevant to you. He talks about the 3 R's. Reminder, routine, and reward as part of a habit loop. And also James Clear in the Atomic Habits, he actually talks about the same thing, and I think he calls it the habit loop, but he calls it like the trigger, and then the routine and the reward, which is really helpful tool in creating these habits. So jump on, check out what it's about. I think you'll find it really, really helpful. It's definitely been helpful for me, because as you get older, you feel like you get busier. So it's important to prioritize things that matter in your life, for your mindset. So I hope that you found this mindset video helpful, and again, please feel free to email me with any of your questions. Good luck, and happy building healthy habits. Bye.